Hi Scorpio, welcome to my channel. I'm Yetta Pearl, and this is your angel reading for the second half of June 2021. So that means obviously June 16th to 30th of 2021. So let's see what your guardian angels want you to know about today and for those 2 weeks. Cards are a little bit flippy, but then they don't really want to come forward. So this is a general reading, so not everything will be for every single person. So take which parts resonate and leave the rest behind. And I'm sure, so if you find value or whatever value you do find, I'd appreciate if you'd leave it in the comments. And definitely, I love it when you like and when you share and you subscribe. So that helps me a lot. So I appreciate that. Okay, so angels, what is it that you need for Scorpio to know for the last half of June 2021? Let's just knock that, okay. See if that'll help settle things down. Yeah, that helps a bit. Oh, there we go. Okay, and these next cards, let's just do that to start with. And hopefully we can keep things good. There, that was easier, wasn't it? So far, anyway. So, okay, so, this one. Okay, and one more. It's a beautiful day outside today. Not quite warm enough really to be outside at this time. It looks beautiful, but it's quite early in the morning yet, so it's a little cool and kind of windy, you know. Definitely if you're doing activity out there, it would be great, but not just for hanging around in a lawn chair. So, angels, one more card for us, please, for Scorpio. There it is. Okay, so let's just see. Okay, let's start here. You've got a lot of stuff hanging around. Some of that is actual physical stuff. Some of that is the clutter in your mind. Both of those need to be cleared out. So to make room, you know, to create freedom, to create easy breathing. So, for some of you, it's a dust allergy, right? So decluttering things and cleaning the dust out from in between and behind them where it had collected up. And you couldn't really even see that because there was so much stuff there. Yeah, so do your spring cleaning. It's time. Even walls, they're showing me even walls, they're dusty. If you can, get somebody in to help you if that feels too daunting to do it all. But it'll just really, really help you to clear your thoughts by clearing your clutter in your physical. And then that helps to clear your mental and your emotional self. When you become aware that your thoughts are kind of spiraling, or, you know, that there's something really bringing you down, see what it is. See if you can identify the thought that is that's constantly there, or the feeling that's always there to bring you down, and see if you can clear it. So selenite is a great crystal for doing that with, if you have some selenite or can get a hold of. If not, certainly Archangel Metatron is the angel who does the clearing. So ask him to help you. You can just use your hands in your energy field and clear that out. And that clears your thoughts, and that gets rid of the stuff that's cluttering things up. And then it's a lot easier to think clearly, and for your behavior to also be more calm and more easy. So they're saying this is to do with your schedule as well. So keeping things as free as possible. So here's a little bit of a theme here, is freedom. Freedom is really important to you right now. So this is time. This is time freedom. And the freedom to do what it is your soul needs you to do in that bit of time, right? So, obviously many people need to go to work and that is a schedule and you have to be there that time and stuff like that. If there's any flexibility in it, use that flexibility, right? Some of you are a little bit rigid with yourself and what you allow yourself to do. It's okay to relax that. The world will not go to hell in a handbasket when you relax control of yourself a little bit. It's okay, right? So all that stuff, all the dust, the clutter in your mind, a very full schedule, it just keeps you down. So do whatever you have to do to free those things up. And that creates freedom in your daily life, right? So some of you won't really quite know what to do with that. When it'll feel like you have too much time, that you have to fill it with something because you're just not used to it, right? Take some time to just breathe. The first little bit, when you're freeing up your schedule, when you're tempted to put something in there because your schedule shows that you have 15 minutes in there, that nothing's scheduled, just use that 15 minutes to meditate or to think about something that really gives you pleasure. And one of the biggest pleasures in life is to discover, as you're sitting there thinking, that you're smiling. It's a wonderful feeling, and I highly recommend it. And so your angels are saying you need some downtime, you need some rest time, you need to pamper yourself a bit with this freedom. And that will lead to, so getting rid of the clutter leaves room for the new, fresh stuff to come in, and that brings the abundance. Amazing. They're showing me all this in a cycle, and it's so fresh, and it's like a musty old building, and you get to open the windows on a breezy day. It's so beautiful. It feels so good, and it dries up the dampness, and it just gets everything clean and fresh and new and sparkly. It's really quite amazing. You will be amazed at how much better you feel. Okay, so it's time to ask for help. Scorpio, that's a difficult thing for you to do. It's almost like you have to acknowledge that you didn't do as well as you wanted to or something like that. But it's a sign of strength to be able to ask for help and receive it. Once you ask for it and other people and things, situations come forward, allow yourself to accept it. It really feels nice, and you understand once you've done it a little bit that is your connection to the people around you. It's you can't always be the one giving in the relationship. You have to receive some of the time. Otherwise, everything is out of balance, right? This brings things into balance completely, and it feels really nice. So you're used to being the giver, and your angels understand that, but it's time for you to be the receiver. So some of you are experiencing some physical pain, maybe in hips and things like that is what it feels like to me. That is from your world being out of balance. It's in time. Instead of just trying to be so independent and do everything for your own self and not allow anybody else to help you, other people like offering and giving help too. It makes them feel good. So, please don't feel like you're imposing on anybody. You're not a burden in any way. If they can't or don't want to give, well, they won't. And so the important part for you, for your inner development, for your growth, is that you can ask for help and then accept it. That it's a big step for you, Scorpio. But be assured that this is divinely guided. Okay, very good. go spend some time outside in nature. It's really rejuvenating. It feels so good, and it's a real connection with the earth and with the world around you. If you can even meditate while you're out there, talk to the fairies, certainly be aware of your angels when you're out there. Just see how everything flows together and how you can breathe better, and how it increases your vibration. So then your attraction to the good stuff is bigger and better in that time, right? It's pure abundance. Pure abundance is what they're showing me. When you're outside and you're in nature and you're really communicating with everything around you, even the insects, allow the bees to buzz around you without panicking about that. They're on your side. They're fine. They're not going to hurt you. And please don't hurt them. And so caring for the earth is one of the biggest privileges that we have. And so the more you can be out there and doing that, the more it feeds your soul and increases your vibration. And then you just feel better. It's really awesome. So now seems to be a time to learn something new. Study. So what is it you're curious about? What is it that you've been thinking you'd like to do, but you haven't even investigated yet? What sparks your curiosity? It's time to look that up and study it. Now, this can mean, a formal class or something like that, but it can be very informal. It can mean posting somewhere on social media and saying, I'm curious about this. What do you know about that? And see what answers come up. It's a time, though, for learning new things, for adjusting it so that it fits in your world, so that you gain the most knowledge about it that you can. And I promise you that there is never such thing as wasted knowledge. So there's no topic that's off limits. Whatever it is that you want to learn something about, do it. Look it up, and see how it resonates with you. It's great. Okay. And so the very basis of your whole life is for you to stay in your truth and integrity. So right now we're in Mercury retrograde still. I think it's coming to an end shortly, but I'm not quite sure. And so in Mercury retrograde especially, but at all times, it's important for you to stay in your integrity. If you deliberately tell an untruth, or you deliberately mislead somebody or something like that, it doesn't do you any good. In fact, it just comes back and bites you. So don't do it. Just always stay in your truth. Be mindful. Sometimes when our thoughts are going a mile a minute and we have no focus really at that moment, so we're not living in the present moment. Sometimes then you hear something come out of your mouth that you go, wait a minute, where did that come from? Now that's not really truth. That's only what I thought that person wanted to hear, right? So staying in the now, staying in the present moment, and being focused, being very mindful is really going to help stay telling the truth and feeling the truth. Okay, so for some of you, this is, things going on around you and how you can determine whether it's the truth or not the truth. Try very hard to have your solar plexus chakra open and your third eye, and that will help you determine whether things are the truth or they are a deception. Because you don't want to be deceived right now. It just doesn't vibrate well within you. You just want that stuff away from you right now. And so keeping the truth and integrity intact is very important right now. Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. So let's pull one more card from the daily guidance cards, and let's see what last bit of wisdom our angels want you to know today. There it is. Entrepreneur. So, Scorpio, do you have a lot of entrepreneur spirit within you? I think many of you do. So, it's good timing to develop this idea, to get going on it, even if it's just one little step today and one little step tomorrow until you feel like you're getting a bit of momentum. Your nature and your own inner wisdom and ability to read other people really makes you a good fit for being an entrepreneur, for being your own business owner, for the way that you can accept divine guidance is really a good guide for you for how to run this business. And when you have other people who work with you in your business, being really mindful of how your guidance to them is coming. You want to have loyalty to the people who are assisting you in building your business. So make sure that that's obvious at all times. Make sure you're always treating people with respect. And then it's much more likely that the opposite will also be true, that you will be treated with respect. And so you are supremely suited to being an entrepreneur and to having other people come on board with you. So yes, good job. So go ahead and develop that. It's good timing. It's really good timing. Okay, so let's leave it there. I will ask you, Scorpio, if you will assist me in sending all kinds of love to the world in general and send all kinds of healing. And so this is, of course, for all the people, and it's for all the earth itself, the soil, the nutrients in the soil where we grow our food, and it's for the purity of the water and, the volume of water and land, that it's adequate for our needs. And let's offer acceptance and compassion. Okay, that's so lovely. Thank you, Scorpio. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time.